Good morning, everyone. I'm Maluba Habanyama with a look at what's coming up on Eye on Sheridan today at 3:30. After an unsuccessful attempt a few years ago, U.S. home improvement giant Lowe's is buying Quebec-based rival Rona for $3.2 billion. More on that later. But right now, spring already? Let's head outside to Delisha Williams to find out what's going on with this crazy weather. Delisha?
Maluba, right now it's mainly cloudy, staying at a high of +7, clearing up later this afternoon with a mix of sun and cloud. Get ready for it. We are going to be moving up to a high of +13. So does this mean that Warrington really is wrong and we won't have 6 more weeks of winter? I'll tell you more on Eye on Sheridan at 3:30. Back to you, Maluba.
Thank you, Delisha. We'll have more with Delisha, as well as the latest on the Tim Bosma trial and how world leaders are trying to battle the Zika virus. All that plus more at Eye on Sheridan at 3:30. Hello, I'm Maluba Habanyama. Here's a look at what's coming up on Eye on Sheridan today at 3:30. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in Edmonton today and will meet with Premier Rachel Notley to talk about the pipeline controversy. Notley said she is pleased Trudeau is coming to visit, but there's one thing she wants to make crystal clear, that Alberta has done a lot of heavy lifting for Canada. After the first report of the Zika virus being transmitted through sex and not a mosquito bite, Latin American health ministers are holding an emergency meeting in Uruguay to find ways to battle the virus. We'll have the details at 3:30. Also, Sheridan's winter coat drive is underway. Reporter Crystal Davine says more on that from the Davis campus. And you may not even feel like you need your winter coat with an expected high of 14 today. We'll find out how long this warm weather will last. All that plus the latest in sports and entertainment coming up on Eye on Sheridan at 3:30. But I'll be back with your next news flash in an hour. Good afternoon, I'm Maluba Habanyama, live in the Eye on Sheridan newsroom. Here's a look at what's coming up on the show today at 3:30. We'll have the latest on the spread of the Zika virus. Today, Latin American health ministers are holding an emergency meeting in Uruguay to find ways to contain the virus. We'll have the details at 3:30. Get ready, gamers. Reporter Neil Rampone checked out the Esports Hearthstone Championship Series in downtown Toronto. He'll tell us all about it and why e-games are now considered sports. Sheridan's winter coat drive is underway. Reporter Crystal Davine has more on that from the Davis campus. And will taxi drivers protest against Uber during the Basketball All-Star Weekend? That could depend on the vote at Toronto City Council today. And big job cuts at Yahoo. We'll find out why. All that plus the latest in sports and entertainment coming up on Eye on Sheridan at 3:30. But I'll be back with your next news flash in an hour. Hello, I'm Maluba Habanyama. Here's what's coming up in just a couple hours on Eye on Sheridan. In what they're calling strategic alternatives, Yahoo is closing 5 offices and laying off 15% of its employees. The full details at 3:30. Now, let's find out what's going on in Hollywood with Taylor Jabara on the latest in entertainment. Taylor?
Thanks so much, Maluba. In entertainment today, we'll be looking at who was announced to host the upcoming Tony Awards, and we'll take a look at Springsteen's performance from last night. And who's actually dating Nick Jonas? Find out at 3:30. See you guys soon.
Thank you, Taylor. Sheridan's winter coat drive has begun. Reporter Crystal Davine will tell us all about it from the Davis campus. Plus, why your Facebook data is now public. More about that at 3:30. All that plus the latest in sports and entertainment coming up on Eye on Sheridan at 3:30. But I'll be back in an hour with your next news flash. See you then. Good afternoon, I'm Maluba Habanyama, live in the Eye on Sheridan newsroom. Here's what's ahead on the show today at 3:30. Sheridan's winter coat drive is on. Reporter Crystal Davine will tell us all about it from the Davis campus, including how you can help. Also at 3:30, Molly Casey will give us the latest on sports. What can we expect, Molly?
Thanks, Maluba. Today in sports, I'll tell you about the Leafs' new logo for the 2016-17 season. Connor McDavid made his return to the Oilers after missing 37 games, and we will give you a preview of Super Bowl 50. All that and more coming up at 3:30, but now it's back to you, Maluba.
Thank you, Molly. Get ready, gamers. Why e-games are now considered a sport. Reporter Neil Rampone tells us from downtown Toronto's Esports Hearthstone Championship Series. And what's with this crazy weather? Full forecast, all that and more on Eye on Sheridan at 3:30. See you then. Hello, I'm Maluba Habaniama, live in the Eye on Sheridan newsroom. Just a half hour until the show begins. But right now, let's head over to Tarek Mashal, who has an update from our web team. Tarek?